There's a moment in all of our lives when we stop and ask, what am I doing this for? And sometimes that voice is loud, other times it's buried beneath the noise. But it's always there, waiting, asking us not what we do or how we do it, but why. Because the greatest challenge you'll ever face in your life isn't starting. It's starting with meaning and sticking with it. So start with why. We live in a world addicted to more hustle, more success, more noise, but most of us are chasing finish lines we didn't set, running races we didn't choose. We confuse activity with purpose. We measure progress by productivity, not by fulfillment, and that's why people are burned out. That's why they feel stuck. That's why, even after getting the job, the car, the house, they still feel empty. Because you don't need more, you need meaning. The most fulfilled people I've ever met, they all have one thing in common. They live their lives starting with why. Your why is your cause, your belief, your purpose. It's not your job, it's not your goals, it's your reason for getting up in the morning, even on the days when life knocks you down. You see, when you have a strong enough why, you'll endure almost any how. Think about it. Martin Luther King didn't say, I have a plan. He said, I have a dream. That dream, that why, moved people. Not because it was perfect, but because it was deeply human. The Wright brothers didn't have funding, they didn't have credentials. They had a dream, to fly, and that why fueled them through every failure. Steve Jobs didn't build Apple to make money. He wanted to challenge the status quo, to think differently. And because of that why, we now live in a world shaped by his vision. But let's bring this back to you. You don't need to be a world leader. You don't need millions of followers. You just need to ask yourself, what's my reason for being? What kind of impact do I want to leave behind? Because here's the truth. If you don't know your why, you'll spend your life chasing someone else's. You'll go after goals that don't fulfill you. You'll burn out on paths that don't belong to you. And eventually, you'll feel like something is missing, even when you have everything. But you can change that, starting now. Forget the pressure to be perfect. Start by being intentional. Start by asking, what makes me come alive? What injustice makes me angry? What would I do even if I didn't get paid? Your answers won't be instant, but they will be honest. And honesty is the seed of purpose, because your why doesn't have to be loud, it just has to be real. Here's what I know. There are people waiting for your why. People you haven't even met yet. People who need your story, your resilience, your vision, but they'll never hear it. If you stay quiet, if you play small, if you settle. And I know it's scary. It's easier to blend in, to follow the map, to stay safe, but the truth is, safety isn't the goal. Meaning is. So don't just hustle, don't just grind, don't just wake up. Wake up for something. Live for something greater than success. Live for significance. Because when you know your why, you don't just survive. You lead, you inspire, you build something that outlives you, and that's how you change the world. One purpose-driven life at a time.